Okay, morning guys. Welcome to the channel. Not sure if you've watched it before, but I've not been on for a while. But we're here in Eccles this morning. The reason is the last couple of months I've been reading that there's going to be some sort of restructuring and some redevelopment within Eccles. They're going to be doing a bit of gentrification, making sure that it's going to be looking smarter and decent in the future in the next 5 years. And apparently it's going to be starting with that up there, which is the multi-storey car park. Now, to some people, it has been classed as an eyesore. It's been there for a long time. It's been there for at least 30 years, and in fact I think it's been there for a lot longer, to be honest. I'm sure it's been there for about 50 years. I say that because the reason for this video at the moment and this vlog is that it's going to be quite sad. It's going to be quite nostalgic, and it's quite sad for me, because this was a place that I visited every Saturday morning without fail, religiously, with my dad, because we used to go to the library somewhere over there, and we used to come along here and we used to park in this car park. And I'm not actually sure if that car park ever existed. I can't remember. I was born in 1971, so I was round about, we're talking about the late 70s, round about 1971 I was born, so about 77 and 84, this was the time that we used to come down here. And what we used to do, these were the iconic steps which I always remember, and I used to hold my dad's hand and walk down these steps, and I know these steps have been here for a long time. When I was 6, when I was 7 years old, I used to be walking down these steps, holding my dad's hand, walking across to, well, it used to be Eccles Precinct, Eccles Shopping Centre, Eccleshoppingmall, whatever we used to call it. But I even remember this used to be, there was not many cars on the road in the sort of late 70s, but these places, they are iconic. And I think that in the next few weeks, we're in August 2024 at the moment, and that place is going to be knocked down in the next few weeks. And to me, that is an iconic part of Eccles. It's been there for a long time, so hopefully later on we can actually, I don't know if it's disused or it's safe or what, but I'd like just to go up there and just have a look. I don't want to start breaking any laws or doing anything I shouldn't be doing, but yeah, we're just trying to get a few shop names that we used to remember when I was young. I mean, even places like that, the toilets, they were clean and fresh back in the day. And yeah, this is all memorable to me. So we're just going to have a walk through and see what we can find. I always remember this tunnel as well. This tunnel used to be at the end of it, on the left hand side, if I remember, it used to be the old Abbey National, and then it was Santander. Before that, I actually think it was Halifax. I'm not too sure if it was or not. But we come out, not into the main square or the main part of it, but we come out into the main part is over there, in that area there. When we come through, and I always remember that shop there. That shop used to be what I can remember as the old NSS, which was pretty similar to like WH Smith, and it used to have a computer in there that I just used to admire my dad for all the time, every Saturday when we did our shopping, and used to go in there and just mess about on the computer. and it was something that I was always looking forward to. You've got to remember, in the late 70s, there wasn't many computers about, to be perfectly honest. Obviously the pawnbrokers used to be there, and just on the corner used to be Greenwoods, if I remember rightly, just over there. A lot of charity shops here at the moment. We've got Greggs. So Greggs, I'm not sure how long Greggs used to be there for, or how long it's been there for. I know it's certainly been updated, but it used to be a baker's there, and I remember buying rum truffles when I was a young kid in there. Specsavers. Yeah, certainly is. Bon Marsh, that was there for a while. Oh wow, yeah, this certainly does bring back the memories. So Eccles Community Cafe, wow, okay. I think I remember reading an article, there was a lady in there who got interviewed by the BBC, and that was one of the articles I read in the paper in the last couple of weeks. Eccles Pharmacy. So coming into the main centre now, this obviously we take a look at this place, and this used to be one thriving, vibrant community. They used to have steps in the middle, they used to have seating in the middle, and every single shop was taken up. We used to have Boots in the corner, and that place in the corner used to be Boots as well. But there used to be, if I remember rightly, just that particular shop used to be a jeweller's, and I remember going in there again on Saturday mornings with my mum and dad, and it used to be something we did on birthdays and Christmases, and I just remember standing outside and just looking at the jewellery. But that place is the iconic multi-storey car park, which is going to be coming down in a couple of weeks. I really would like to have a look up there, to be honest. Wow. They say it's an eyesore, but to me that isn't an eyesore. It's fantastic, but you know, we're going to be boosting the economy. They're going to be bringing more money into this place. And obviously it's going to be affecting a lot of people, and it has done over the years, because I remember shop traders in the indoor market and the outdoor market, and what they've actually done, and they've just rose the rent up, and they have to move, and they basically bought these people out, and they just got rid of them, because every place had to shut. I don't even remember that. Wilco's used to be the International. And I'm sure someplace over here, round about over that corner, or it was over that corner, used to be Ooby Doo's. That was round about early 70s. But yeah, it's such a sad part of life now that things do move on. And the reason for this video basically is that it's nostalgic, it's memorable. But it's also sad for me, because, you know, in 5, 10, 15 years' time, none of this is going to be here. You know, if it's knocked down, we can only watch it on video. We can only watch it, you know, on YouTube, or take pictures. This place, I'm sure this place used to be Peacocks, and from that corner right through to there used to be what I can remember as the old NatWest Bank, and that NatWest Bank moved to where the Greek place is, just on the corner of Church Street now. But that used to be a very old NatWest Bank, and further on down from there, I remember, I think it was round about this area, this building area here. This used to be the very famous Eccles record shop, which used to be the Play-In. I'm sure it was the Play-In, or the Spirit. I'm sure it was a Play-In, yeah, if I'm right. And then on that corner there was Ethel Austin's, down the Ginnell. Now then, the Ginnell's actually been closed off now. So I remember rightly, down the Ginnell, there used to be a number of shops. I probably can't see in there now. Probably can't see, but there used to be a barber shop called Just Gents, and there used to be a cafe called the Pie in the Sky. Yeah, it all used to be here. They've just shut it all. It's all derelict now. And I remember the outdoor market. There used to be an outdoor market. I've just noticed now the indoor market. I don't know. There's welcome to the Eccles market. Used to be the indoor market. And I suppose that's going to be, we'll be finishing there, as opposed to the old indoor market, which was a little bit further down, which we're going to have a visit. And we're going to pay a visit to that. We can have a walk down there and that. Wow. Yep. I remember over there used to be a car, there used to be a Vauxhall garage over there. So it certainly is somewhere that is going to be moving on. And I don't actually know what is actually in store and what has actually been prepared and what is actually going to be happening, to be honest. I've not read that too much into it, but like I say, the reason for the video is that in the next couple of weeks all this going to be starting. It's all going to be knocked down. I don't remember. Like I say, I came here in the sort of late 70s, in 77, round about so 80, 81, 82, and there used to be a cafe over there that we used to go into. I can't remember what these were. I'm sure if you want to post some comments on, I'd love to discuss if you worked here, you know, if you spent a lot of time here. Like I say, I was here in the late 70s, and we keep visiting Eccles, to the point where we use Specsavers and everywhere else. We go to Wetherspoons for a breakfast. Now that I remember, Eastern Tandoori wasn't called Eastern Tandoori, and up them stairs was an Indian restaurant. And I used to live on Robert Street in Eccles, and up there, that restaurant, I'm not sure if it was the Medina or something like that, but the manager of that restaurant used to live opposite me on Robert Street in Eccles. And when he moved in, what he wanted to do, he wanted to get the youngsters on Robert Street to help him out in his garden. And what he used to do at the end of every day, he used to bring old bags of chips. And it was from that restaurant that he was a manager of. The Eastern Tandoori, we have visited there. We did visit there years and years ago, and I'm not actually sure if it was or if it's still in this pub. No, it's not, is it? Look at the state of that. You won't want to go in there for a curry. But yeah, I mean, if we just look at over there as well, right, you used to have the Royal Court School of Dancing. Right where the bus station, the car park is, you've got Morrison's. You've still got the post office. The post office is still there. God, that must be going for some years. That's been going for a long time. And then you've got the Duke of York, and right over there you have the library that I used to spend many hours with. You've got Eccles Gateway there on the corner now, but Eccles Library, every Saturday morning with my dad, we used to spend hours and hours looking at books. And just round the corner, just through that, down that road past the chemist, is the new Eccles Leisure Centre. You've got, yeah, the Duke of York. And let's just have a walk through, see what we can see. Morrison's Garage, obviously that's new. So all this used to be a road that you can go. We're just walking up to Eccles Cross now, but over on that side there used to be Liquor Save, a Quick Save, where that car park was, and then a bit further over there, where the Morrison's actually is, That used to be the outdoor market. We've got the amusement arcade. Well, on the other side of Wilco's now, where, if you remember, just on the other side a few minutes ago was International. And I'm sure they used to record. There's a Halifax, and there's the Greek cafe restaurant on the corner, and just next to that is where the new NatWest Bank used to be, which had moved from the old place where we just visited round there. So you've got Morrison's, which used to be the old bus station. You've just got Lancro in the background with the silos, if you can see. So this is obviously the new bus station here. Greek restaurant, cash converters. If you remember, cash converters used to be Burton's as well, and that place, that was really something that I always remember up there as well, was the Lindale Snooker Club. I used to go up there as well many times with a friend of mine called Gary, and we used to, I think there's an entrance down there. I'm going to have a look if we can do an entrance down there. I can see an entrance, and we used to go up across that little bridge. Let's have a look. And I'm sure that centre management suite used to be, I'm sure it was Deansgate. I'm sure it was Deansgate car insurance. But them stairs were the entrance right up there. Used to be, we could just go right up there, turn right. I don't know if it's blocked off now, but that used to be the entrance to the Lindale Snooker Club. And we used to use Lindale Snooker Club. So all these shops now. Yeah, so we used to have Deansgate car insurance, where I paid my first set of car insurance on. And then all the way through here. I'm sure there was Silcox as well. Silcox used to have a fruit and veg. I'm sure there was a butchers and fishmongers. But yeah, going back to cash converters, where Burton's used to be. My mum used to work in there as well. Let's just have a look. We've got Lancro in the background. The new bus station. But yeah, and then we have, which used to be the old Best Bargains, you say, was the old Hare and Hounds pub. That was the entrance to the NatWest Bank, where the Greek Taste, the Greek restaurant is. That used to be the Royal Bank of Scotland, I'm sure it was. Yeah, we've still got the old Bull's Head there. Good old Josie Folt's pub we've got. We used to have the Hare and Hounds, the Nag's Head. Do you know what? This brings back so many memories. I mean, if we look at the old pictures and then we can compare to what these used to be like. I mean, there was some great shops, there was some great people. This used, like I say, used to be a thriving community. But yeah, that building, I'm not too sure how old that building is, but that used to be the Hare and Hounds pub. Betfred TSB, so we're back round. So we're back round on this corner next to TSB. That, like I say, when we were in the centre before, then we used to have Greenwoods. That used to be Greenwoods, which was the men's clothing. The old Grapes pub. And the Grapes pub, that's been there for a long time, and I always remember. So we're back really in the big circle. So obviously, just like the British Heart Foundation used to be NSS, like we talked about before. So I think if we just go up towards the church, obviously these things, Farm Foods, the Oddfellows pub, and I always remember looking at the mural. Yeah, I wonder, that's been there for a long time. I remember since the 70s, probably even earlier than that. And then we walk, and then we could go up to the top, but we're not going to go up to the top. On the corner there's a great Indian restaurant called Mrs. A's. That had some fantastic Indian food. I love that. That's the church. Let me just remind myself what that church was called. Which one was it? I know St Mary's is a bit further on. This is Eccles Parish Church, of course. Eccles Parish Church. Yeah, so when I was in 2nd, 13th Cubs, we used to meet sometimes in here on a Sunday morning and do parades. 2nd, 13th used to be a Cub Scout. We used to have a Cub Scout hut on the top of Phillip Street in Eccles, which is a bit further down. And that corner, that used to be, was that Woolworths? I can't remember if that was Woolworths or not. Minicabs, that's been there for a long time. But yeah, right on the corner, I mean a bit further up there used to be the Top House, if I remember rightly. I don't think it's there anymore because by the look of it, they've built that. So we've got Butterfly Cafe and Bar, okay. Butterfly, yeah, and there's a Cross Keys. I think that's one of the oldest pubs in Eccles. I'm sure it is, the Cross Keys. Yeah, Eccles Parish. So yeah, it looks like the pub at the top, I'm sure it was called the Top House, if I remember. And that's been knocked down. And if you just carry on right up to the top there, you're going to have Eccles. You are going to have Eccles train station just on your right up there. Got Butterfly Cafe. Eccles Community Chess Club. Wow, okay. The station bar just a bit further on. So that there, the Cross Keys. That's been going for a long time. Don't know the history. Looking at some videos over the past week, Salford Media covered the Lost Pubs of Eccles with Tony Flynn. That was a really interesting watch. So yeah, like I say, these memories I just want to catch on vlog, on video, because in 5 and 10 and 15 years time, this stuff is not going to be here anymore. Buildings are not going to be here, whether they're going to be updated or, you know, it's progress. That's what happens, and it's a little bit sad, really, to see that this is going to be. I'm glad we did this, because I can keep hold of this now for a long time and send it on to my mum and dad and just show them what, because it's not going to be around for much longer. A few weeks time, we're just going to have it's going to be a demolition. So what I'm going to do now, I think, I'm just going to have a wee trot down there. Let's have a look down there. I want to have a look at that, because I remember driving in here. I don't remember driving in here, but I remember my dad driving in here. And what he used to do, he used to park. We're back to the car park there on the right, where we started. So I always remember saying, Dad, can we just park in that car park there? Can we go up there? And he used to say, there's no need. We don't need to go in there, because there was plenty of room here. Whether he parked on the curbside or not, or whether he parked in there, I can't remember. But that place, it's one of them places when you're a kid and you were fascinated by, and you just, I'm going to take a picture when I'm doing this video. You're just fascinated by, and you've always wanted to visit, but you could never visit. My dad wouldn't go in, because there was always plenty of space here. There wasn't any of these bays here. You used to be able to get space anywhere on here. But I'm just going to see, going to have a wander. See if I can actually getting there. I don't want to be doing anything I shouldn't be doing, but let's have a look. What's this say? I don't think you use this car park anymore. It's certainly, if it's dangerous, I won't be doing anything like that. But looks like I've pretty much out of use with that barrier. It's not exactly secure, is it? Oh, you see, I've never ever really come up here, to be honest. Oh, let's have a wander. This is looking alright. Okay. So, yeah, so you would have come up here, you would have drove through there, parked and probably gone through there and wound up on there. So, see what we can see a bit further on. It stirs up a lot of memories. It is nostalgic and it is sad at the same time. And like I say, I'm glad I'm doing this, and I hope we can stir up some memories for other people as well, so we can keep this. Like I say, in 5, 10, 15 years time, we're only going to have pictures, we're only going to have videos. Nobody can visit these places anymore. No pedestrian access. Oh, okay. You are entering a no smoking, no ball games, warning, protected anti-climb wall paint. So basically, no unauthorised persons allowed beyond this point. Well, fair enough, I'm not going to break any laws. So let's have a quick look over there. That's where we were, just above where the old NSS was. Okay, so like I say, if it's safe, we'll go and have a wander around. But permit holders only parking. Well, I'm not parking, so I'm just having a wander. City approach, don't actually know what that is. Now that building, centre of the house, I remember going there and picking up my gyro, when I was, should we say, in between jobs. Okay, Monday to Friday. Pedestrian access, yeah, I can go up there. I've got to have a wander down there. This is scooters. Oh wow, it's a bit random. Okay. Can have a. Actually, no. You can actually get down there and do anything. So we've got scooters. Safe as usual. Caution, Vicarage Grove is now two-way traffic. Disabled parking lower level. And barbering. Oh right, there's cars down there. Oh wow, okay. Disabled. Yeah, so you can go and actually walk up here. Let's have a look. This is something that I've always wanted to do and was never able to do. Multi-storey parking, contract holders only. What are the chances of getting up there? Probably not a lot. I'll probably get stopped somewhere down the line, but I'm just plugging my luck here. Alright, okay. Oh, what's happened there? So you've got parking down there, service area only, no parking. Is that glass? Has that been shattered glass from that building? Central house. What's that say? Okay, oh, can't get up there, that's plain and simple, can't really, it's all gated off. So let's just have a look, see where we can go down here. I'm doing this really for two reasons. One, I've never done it before. We didn't really come up here at all, car or walking when I was a kid. And two, like I say, in a couple of weeks' time, this is going. So this is a memory now. This is got to be going. So I'm taking pictures while I'm videoing at the same time. City approach. So disabled. That just goes back to where the concrete steps were, where I used to walk up and down with my dad Please note, CCTV, video and audio recording surveillance on site. Well, so am I. So this was the disabled part. So yeah, that's right, I remember. So the disabled part used to be just in this area here, and not the further part where you can see where that scooter is and all yellow marking. So it looks like the whole place used to be, the whole place is now disabled parking. So, wonder whose cars these are. Unloading area only. Right, you are entering a no smoking area, no ball games, no parking. Waits will not be held responsible for any damage caused due to obstructing access. No parking. Right, okay. Right, so that's all locked off. What's a bit further up? Permit holders only if you want to park. Well, I'm not parking, I'm walking. Holders. Certainly not going 5 miles an hour. Eccles Shopping Centre. So that brings us out at the other end. So that area there, I think, that the end, yeah, it's a market on the other side. I think we'll have a walk through there actually. Can I actually get up there? I don't think I can. I don't think. What's in there? Locked off. I think. Oh, do you know? Would it be great if we actually got a picture and a video up there? There's nothing that we can actually do now. Oh no, I'm a bit gutted now. So yeah, so that's basically as far as we can go with a multi-storey car park. I suppose I can make one last walk down here. Yeah, I remember this place being open. Yeah, my dad used to drive down here. He used to drive down here and through here and park over there, but you couldn't park here because of obviously they were all disabled bays. These disabled bays have been here for a long time, but then they were not. I think from about there, these concrete posts, the rest of them, they were open. But like I say, there wasn't many cars about in the 70s and late 70s. And so you could always find a parking spot. But he never went up that route. That's right. It's stirring up memory now. So he used to come in here, and I always used to want him to carry on up there. But he didn't. He used to come down here. That's right. So I'm going to make one last little trip down to the indoor market, because this wasn't the original indoor market. The original indoor market, I remember, used to be over on the other side opposite Aldi. I suppose I can do a bit further. I could do a bit of a part 2 to this, because like I say, I was brought up in Eccles, so I spent a lot of my life in Eccles, on Eccles Rec. I used to go every night to Happy Days. It's still there, Happy Days, in fact. I love Happy Days. And so Eccles Rec, round near the mosque area, I used to have a lot of friends. Used to go to the mosque, used to play cricket on Eccles Rec with them. I'm sure one of the brothers owned an Indian restaurant over near Shakespeare Crescent, if anybody remembers that. So welcome, Eccles Market, 9 o'clock every Wednesday and Sunday. Can we actually get in here? Can we get in here? No, he's locked. Oh yeah, we can get in here. Brilliant. Well, this will take us through to the other place. So all these shops, computer repairs, have your own store, cafe. What time is it? You would think that it was going to be open. Hold on. Yeah, not many left, unfortunately, is there? Not really happening. So, what happens now? So, yeah, this is the other side now. We've done a full tour. So, Yeah. Morning. How are you doing? So, like I say, this wasn't the original indoor market. The other indoor, if you recognise where we are now, we're back really to square one. So, I'm going to have a wander through here. I'm going to have a walk back up to the multi-storey car park before it goes eventually. Eccles Cafe. Yeah, I remember going, there was a cafe just a little bit further on. Morning. I remember. Yeah, sure they had we used to have something to eat here. No, it wasn't here. It was this one. This was the one. Was it here? Yeah, possibly. We didn't go in there. I'm sure there was a cafe area there. Anyway, I can't remember. Right. Okay. So, stirred up a lot of memories for me, this. Brought back a lot of memories. A lot of nostalgia. And of course, a great deal of sadness. Because I'm going to be here, I don't know when it's going to start, it's going to be here soon. When they actually build, when they bring the bulldozers in and start knocking this down. It's probably boring to a lot of people, but you know what, it's memorable for me, it's sad for me, and it was part of my life. It's been here for a long time. Many memories with my dad. I'll probably send it on to my dad. He's living in the Shetland Islands at the moment. So yeah, it's a big change from Eccles. So if I can get, what I'll do, I think I'll just get one last shot of the multi-storey car park. I'll start heading over there and just get a few more pictures of, see what we can actually remember. So up there, we've been up there. Booths. There used to be a nice place where that new building is there now. Just up there, used to be like a restaurant, cafe, and it used to be Booths furniture as well, if I remember, or Booths beds or something. Oh, it's round about that area. So yeah, I think we can draw a close to this video. I've captured a lot of memories for me. It certainly was, with shops that was like Ooby-Doos and Boots, the Chemist and NSS and places like that. I don't know how much of this is going to be surviving. They've taped it all off, whether that's just going to be a car park. I would imagine so. I would imagine the car park would still be running, because there's still people working local. They're still in the buildings over there. Not actually sure what that is. But yeah, I think that for me now, take a few more pictures of this place, because I can see this being the final shots for me. Anyway, thanks for spending nearly 40 minutes with me if you've watched all the way through. Thanks for your patience, and please comment, please make a comment. Let me know about your life in Eccles, the late 70s, which was my era. We probably crossed paths somewhere along the line, coming down these iconic steps. Like, I've got to get one more of them. Those steps were where I used to hold my dad's hand going up and down those steps. I probably even used that handrail to walk down. Wow. Yeah, so like I say, hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Please post some comments down below. There's not much more I can say. There's not much more we can do now. You know, it's part of the generation of a gentrification, if you like, and restructuring and redevelopment. Whether it's going to bring more money in, we really hope so, because I love Eccles. I really do. It was part of my life and it still is, and I'll never forget it. So I hope the councillors really do a good job. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys.